Hey guys, I want to do a quick overview of Jag Precision's APS ACP 601. It is not a Glock, it just looks very similar to a Glock, it feels very close to a Glock. Just going to go into a couple features that I found in it, a couple problem solving issues that you guys might be seeing and are very easy to overcome, and here we go. So I'm not going to go into the internals. I don't know much about the internals. Just from what I've seen online and other reviews, the internals are great. They're almost top of the line, So I'm not too worried about the internals. Externally, though, metal slide, polymer receiver, metal magazines, very good quality. Has a nice little skull there on the back. Sights glow in the dark when sunlight's been applied to them. Another nice feature I like about this here on the trigger is the trigger safety. I was a big 1911 user for a long time. The downside to the 1911 that I found was the thumb safeties would fall off quite a bit. And I was tired of losing them, seeing people lose them, so I figured I would go with something a little different. I've not been disappointed by this. Again, like I said, metal magazine, holds 24 rounds, plus one in your chamber. First issue that I noticed when I purchased it was the issue with the caps here. The CO2 goes in. I would show you, but everything's all taped up and charged up at the moment. But the caps, when you applied pressure straight down, such as inserting it into your magazine pouch, the caps would literally just slide right off and makes them prone to being lost in the field, in the game, and never find them again. Easiest way I've come to overcome that is just a little electrical tape around the edge. You don't want to put too much further down. 1 to 2 millimeters, just enough to make it, stick and not move. As you can see, it's nice and solid. I can put pressure down on it. It's not going anywhere. I personally just started from the back, did a whole layer around to the back, and then brought it to the front. Well, I didn't do it on this one. And the reason why I did that in the other two is here there's a little thumb point here where you can grab in, reach in. It seemed like a good point to stop the tape. That way the tape wasn't getting ripped off. I noticed if I put it too far down, such a nice tight fit in there, it would rip the tape and the cap would eventually come off with the tape. So there's that quick overview. The next issue I ran into, which for some people may or may not be an issue, is I love Blackhawk Serpa holsters. They are awesome. The problem I found with this particular brand of pistol is the Blackhawk Serpa doesn't work for it, because it's not quite a Glock, and thus far would require some uses. I am going to aim this at myself, just so you guys can get a detailed view of it. It is not loaded, safety's on. Yeah, I know, total noob moment here. So, for anyone that's interested in the Blackhawk Serpa for it, here's the issue we'll run into. And for purposes, we have 4 corners on the gun that are very wide, and what they do is they get caught in here, and it makes quick draws nearly impossible, to the point where you might need 2 hands to pull the bloody pistol out. So what I did was just come in with a file and a Dremel, and I worked down the edges along with this point on the gun. Oh, not on the gun, but in the holster itself, to kind of relieve that extra pressure that's on it. I understand that, it's designed to hold it in pressure, but it was holding too well. So all you really need to do is just spend a little time gradually taking it off and testing it, etc., making sure that it's nice, smooth draws. Not really able to do it one-handed from this particular angle, but it does slide in, nice affirmative click, not going anywhere. Like I said, I can't really draw it one-handed at this point with the angle I'm at, But trust me, guys, it's very smooth. It doesn't go anywhere. This is the Glock 1722 something or another, in case you guys are wondering. So the Glock 17 will work with the modifications done to it externally. Or, well, internally of the holster itself. So, with that in mind, guys, if you have any other questions, comments, concerns, feel free to post them. I will answer them in as timely of a manner as I can. I hope this was useful, as it took me forever to find out a lot of this information. I hope that this can be useful in making your decision about this pistol.